Hey everyone, Vintage Vinny here, and welcome to another haul video. Today, everything I'm going to be sharing with you came from the Fayetteville Antique Mall in Fayetteville, Pennsylvania. So y'all, this haul is pretty epic. There's a lot of stuff to get through. I'm going to try to do it as quickly as possible. So the Fayetteville Antique Mall is not very far from me at all. The last time I was there after this was with Katie of Vintage and Vinyl and didn't do nearly as bad a damage. The time before Katie was here, I spent another $600. But like the title of this video, thrift store prices at the antique mall make it difficult to resist, especially when the stuff is really, really good. Now, not everything that I bought is old. There's some newer items too. So they call it an antique mall, but you know, they got everything, which makes it all the worthwhile for me because I buy any and everything. So there are 3 buildings at this mall. You've got 2 on the main road and then 1 in the very back. And long story short, after the Black Rose of Chambersburg closed, a lot of the dealers from there moved to the Fayetteville Mall and filled it completely. And it's gotten really dangerous, at least for me, because I've gotten some really good stuff for both myself and for live sales and for my online store. If you guys would like to check out my eBay store, the link to it is down below in the description box. I have over 600 items available for sale. New, old, usable, decorative, beauty products, shoes, very little clothing, but, you know, it is what it is. So the link to that is down in the description box as well. And without further ado, let's go ahead and check out the haul, shall we? So as you can see right in front of me here, there is a huge flat of figurines. And this is what I mean by thrift store pricing at this antique mall. This entire box of figurines here was roughly $4 and 20% off. So I only paid $3.20 for all of these. A few of these items I'm going to pull and sell. The rest I'm probably going to end up donating because a lot of these are colonial figures, and I don't know that there are a lot of people out there who are collecting those right now. So I'm going to pull a few of the good pieces and sell those, and then probably just donate the rest. So I'll show you all a couple of the things, and then we will continue. So these guys I'm probably going to save for a sale. I'm sure somebody would like those. Maybe like $8 for the 2 of those. I think that's pretty fair. This is adorable. I love this. It's a sock and shoe salt and pepper shaker. That is just so stinking cute and unique. This is why I wanted the box, was for this guy right here. I have a few of these in Bathing Beauties, and I just think they're fun. I don't know what they're supposed to be, like an ashtray or what, but I love that. I wish these weren't broken. These, unfortunately, have to go into the trash because you can see it cracked. Well, maybe I'll hold on to that one and put it in my junk jar. So we'll hold on to that one. This one's going to get trashed. So what I'm going to do is I will, of course, count how many figurines are in here. And then I'll have to divide the total with the amount that's in here to determine how much each piece cost. And just for, you know, tax purposes and what I'm selling and whatnot. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of, like, you know, something like this. I don't know that anybody would be interested in something like that. I would be willing to sell, you know, figurine like that, maybe for like $3-4, just because this box cost me hardly anything. But this is what I mean, like, you know, the colonial figurines of the 40s and 50s when we had that revival. Like that. Or heck, if somebody wanted all of the colonial figurines, I would sell them to you for one price. Definitely will sell this guy individually. I'm thinking maybe like $4 or $5 on that. There is a piano in here. Has it been repaired? Yeah, this has been repaired, so this unfortunately has to get thrown away. We have some shoes. I think these are Holland shoes. Not sure if anybody would want those little things. If you have like a little trinket, like a printer's tray with little trinkets in there, maybe like $2, $3 on that. Let's see. Oh, this is unfortunate. This was broken. This is one of those really thin glass roses, but it unfortunately is destroyed, so that has to get tossed. But of course, I'm going to factor that into what I paid for this stuff. Little Dutch girl, Pennsylvania Dutch, or Pennsylvania Deutsch. Here's another colonial figure. You know, if people don't use these for collective purposes, they could make them into craft projects too. Here's another, I think that's a Pennsylvania Dutch. That's a shaker. I don't know if the match is in there or not. Here's another little colonial figure. Here's a baseball player. I may hold on to him too. We'll see. Like I said, lots of colonial. Probably should just stand them back up in the box so I know I've shown them to y'all. So you all get the idea. I'm gonna just put all these guys back in the box that I've shared. Like here's the broken rose. We've got these guys. Or just fall over too, that's fine. We've got this one. That one. This almost reminds me of Tom Sawyer. Maybe it is. I don't think it is, but that's just wishful thinking, right? This guy looks interesting. Looks like he's a peddler, some kind of entertainer for the street. So yeah, that was a really good deal for that stuff, I thought. All right, so I did pick up two Clinique. One's Estee Lauder, one's Clinique. This is Perfectly Clean Multi-Action Foam Cleanser, and this is Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. I believe I will be looking those up to see if those have any value, even if it's like $7 or $8 because I invested less than $1. It's still worth it to me anyway to list them. I also scored this beautiful pink depression glass. I think it's supposed to be a powder jar, maybe? You could store anything in there you wanted. I think I got that for like 20% off. It was a really good deal. I also picked up this piece. I want to say that this is in Poly. This is the second one I've actually gotten my hands on, actually. Did I say actually twice? I'm pretty sure that I did. I do that in when I'm writing comments on stuff too. I'll say one thing and then I'll say it again at the end of my comment, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. But the thing is, I catch it, so I'm like, okay, gotta erase it and fix that. I have another one of these beautiful blue cased glass vases. I don't know what it is. I just love the color and the style of these. It's just beautiful. Now this is something for us here. This is Meyer's Clean Day Surface Scrub. It was only a couple dollars. I know this stuff is not terribly expensive in the store, depending on where you buy it. But I figured, you know, it's always something new to try, and you know, you might like it or you may hate it. It's just, for a couple of dollars, it's worth the gamble. I also got these beautiful vases. This one almost looks like a seashell. I don't think that this glows. No. Well, no, it doesn't. It's just it has kind of like a custardy look to it, but it's painted ceramic. Here's the bottom. It does say 56. Somebody I think is gonna really like that. And then we've got this one here. This one's very decorative. Very cool. This one just has numbers on the bottom, but still very cool nonetheless. And then I spotted this piece, and I know that they make stuff like this today, but this one just felt more like quality, and the color is exquisite, and I don't think it's flashed on, so I think that that's a good indication that this either has age or is, you know, of better quality glass, because this is something you'd find at like the Dollar Tree or even at Hobby Lobby, and the flash would just come off over time. So this is definitely better quality glass, at least I feel that way. I found this adorable bunny rabbit in a striped shirt. No maker's mark. I don't know if this could possibly be Norcrest or Holt Howard. I'm really not sure. I'll have to do a little bit more research. I want to say that I may have looked it up when I was there, but this is stuff that I bought probably back in March. It's been a long time since I've seen this stuff, so it was even like a treasure hunt for me because I hadn't seen it in so long. I did find this well, I don't know if it's considered Jasperware, but I found this set, so I got the box, and it came with a lighter that was as is, like it's, you know, lots of the stuff is broken on it, and it also came with these. So I would assume this was probably an ashtray set, possibly from the 60s. So I think these would sit in here, like that, possibly. Maybe not. But anyway, so that's going to probably be sold as a set because it all goes together. This, I want to say that I did look up. It's one of those carafes, heavier duty. Like the top is definitely a bit heavier, and this is not your cheap thin glass, so I had to get that. I'm pretty sure that I looked that up before I bought it, so I'm pretty sure that it was worth buying. And then I found a chocolate pot, the Geisha chocolate pot. Isn't that amazing? It's almost got like a flow blue look to it, but I don't think it is. It says Japan on the bottom. It does come with 2 teacups. This one has like I don't know if you call that a stress fracture. So what I think I might do is I'll sell the chocolate pot, and then I'll just send these teacups along with it, so that way it stays together. So look at how beautiful this Fostoria heirloom glass platter is. It is absolutely, absolutely stunning. It looks like a giant flower. That would be so beautiful on top of a dining room table or as a centerpiece anywhere. Oh, it's just stunning. If you do beachy, this almost reminds me of like a pearl, like just the opalescence in it. So you could put that on the table, maybe throw some of those beachy looking potpourri on it. So many possibilities, and it's a big piece. I also managed to find a silver plated flatware, forgive the little bit of space here, silver plated flatware identification guide. So that was a very good find there. Same with this piece. This is an Eve wide-eyed doll. I think it's a jewelry box. In pretty good shape overall. I mean, you know, this is probably close to 60 years old at this point. So I did look that up, and that was actually worth a little bit of money. So I was, if I remember correctly, so I was very, very happy with that. So a few things for myself. I did grab these 2 pinup calendar cards. They are just for an individual month, but they were 30% off. So I got, what, $2.70 off of the $9 asking price. So I couldn't beat that, and because I was buying a lot to sell, I knew that I could pay these off. Not that I invested too much into them, but you get what I mean. Now this Santa Claus has actually been at this mall for quite a while, and this time around I finally just decided to go ahead and pull the trigger and buy him. Very 1950s, 60s looking. It's got a little bit of damage at the top. Again, you know what? It's been there a while and I've had my eye on it, so because it was still sitting there, that means it was meant to be for me. And yes, I purposefully put Santa Claus to the right of both the pinup girls because it looks like he's like going, ooh. I thought this was really funny. I think this is another one of those house dishes. I can live without you. For about an hour, then my face turns blue. They made some really funny novelty type items with these trinket trays. I thought so anyway. Then I found this, I think this is supposed to be like a seashell type salt and pepper shaker set. Definitely gonna have to clean them out. I see some salt residue in there, but I know that people like those. This was definitely a good score. This is a Yankee Candle with the black band. It's the lemongrass and orange scent. Definitely older, probably from the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Did pay up for that, but I think when I looked up comps, that was definitely worth picking up. Over here, we have a Grand Champions horse, originally from Ames, so that definitely dates it, and the packaging itself. From Empire, this is dated 1995, the year I was born. So that is something I definitely researched for. I know that for a fact, because I would not have that in my possession if it was not worth putting on eBay. This is a very good pickup. This is a Skokie green tumbler. And if memory serves me correct, this is actually a rather hard glass to find. So this I definitely bought to put on eBay, because I know there are collectors for those. This right here, I was very surprised at the solds for. This is a tea room, an Indiana glass tea room. I think this is supposed to be a tumbler or something. It's either a tumbler or a vase. I think it's more of a tumbler. And as you can see, I think I got 20% off of that. So I did spend roughly $28 on that piece, but the comps, I think, for that were really good. So that's why it's in my possession right now. So this is really cool. This was made by Wales, Japan. This is a masquerade dancer. Overall in pretty good condition. There's a couple of issues down here on the ruffles, which, you know, is to be expected with age. But I love the masquerade looking stuff. It just looks cool to me. I don't know why. I think there's something about it. And then behind it, I have a Pepsi Cola tray with the flowers on it. Pepsi Cola, bigger and better. And I think I got that for 10% off. So I may end up saving that for an industrial theme sale that Katie and I do, because that is really cool advertising. Moving right along. This is awesome. I loved the luster in this vase, but I'm also loving that Victorian image right there. This was made in Czechoslovakia, in really good condition with no cracks or chips. That would be so great for fall. So remember when I said that I thought this mug here was the Skokie green one? I was wrong. It is this one. This was made by McKee, and it does glow. Might be hard to see on camera, but there is a glow there. Two of these cups sold for $140. So I can probably get maybe 75 to 80 for just this little cup alone. So apparently these are not easy to find. So this was a great score. I also have two of these. I think these are Moriage. I've heard it pronounced two different ways. These were made in Japan, just little vases with birds on them. See, Japan made. So I will more than likely sell both of those together. And then running with the theme of these vases, I also have this one. Beautiful. I also got this beautiful cup here. This looks like an old fountain, like soda fountain cup, like if you're getting a Coca-Cola or something. I'm not sure who made it. The handle is applied. Amber color, but I loved it. This was a phenomenal score here. This is one of those Fenton birthstone cats. It is marked Fenton, hand-painted in the USA by S. Allman. And the tag is right here. That's a thrift store price right there. $2 for a Fenton cat. What a deal, right? Oh yes, this piece. I don't know if this, or who made this. I'm pretty sure that I did look it up before I bought it. But it's a really cool vase of some sort, and it's got like a frosted interior. If I remember to put in who made that, I will do so. This was, I think, on sale 20%. I thought it was cool. Moto Guzzi. It's just a tag of some sort. It says, oh, this has somebody's address or something on there. Clement Cycle, Pearl Road in Brunswick, Ohio. That'll be a junk jar item. This little piece caught my attention. I've never seen anything, well, I mean, I've seen stuff like it, but I've never heard of this company before. Oh, bug. Got him. So this is Shamrock Pottery, which was made in Ireland. It's just a little like house or mill. Thought that was very, very cool. I did get this adorable Winnie the Pooh plush from the 60s. I think he's from the 60s. Very cute. He does have a tag on him, but it is very, very faded and worn, so I'm not sure if it was a Sears-made product or what. I'll have to do a little bit more research on that. But he's just cute, and he was a very good price, so I had to pick him up. Then I got this piece. It's like a smoky blue with gold. Very, very pretty. It would just be great to put some candy or something in. And then I picked this guy up here. He looked different, and I wasn't sure who made him possibly, and then I looked him up. I believe that this was a Christ Santa planter. Look, there's a spot for his, I guess, Christmas foliage to go into. I'm pretty sure that I paid the $10 for it because it was worth the asking price. So that, of course, came home with me. So this was a very fantastic score. This is a Norcrest wall climbing kitty cat. So you hang him right here, and it's in really good shape, no damage whatsoever. So if you can find those for a good price, pick them up. I also was able to get my hands on this nut set, or like this nut server set. You got the big like boat, and then you've got 6 of these little pieces here, so that would make a fantastic serving set. Also picked up these 2 boxes of product. We've got Spick and Span with the checkerboard floor. That's unopened. And then we have this really awesome Esquire suede shoe kit in the original box, never been opened. So that's fantastic. And then I spotted this piece. This is it's a clock. It's an infinity clock is what it says here. And I guess it's supposed to, the image right there at the top is supposed to rotate. And it is a newer piece. It's made in China, and it is battery operated. I have not tested it yet to see if it works, but I know that a lot of the grandfather clocks, as you can see, there's some damage there that I have to touch up. A lot of the grandfather clocks have those, or like probably the newer ones, have that design where every hour the image changes, I guess from like the time of day. I think that's probably what that is, for the time of day. So it's got a little bit of cosmetic issues, but I can touch it up, not a problem. So this was really interesting, this little jar here. I think it's a sugar bowl. It was made by Boscher Weeden, Bavaria, Germany. I wonder if that's like an old inventory code or something. I liked that. I almost want to say I did look up a lot of this stuff. I'm filming this on 2 different days. Y'all, so forgive me if I sound very repetitive. Because it's a lot of stuff. I also found this really nice Limoges powder. I guess it's for powder trinkets. Ooh, it's very dirty on the inside. But there it is. It's marked Limoges, France. Very simple, very elegant. I think that's a small little nick right there. But still a very beautiful, simple piece. Then I spotted this art glass bowl, and I thought the bowl of Conte in here was fantastic. No damage to it. I have to look it up just to see who possibly could have made it. It could very well be a contemporary piece, but I loved the look of it. I also grabbed this shaving mug. Very, very elegant, probably from the Victorian era, possibly German. And then I did get some modern tone. I got the salt and pepper shakers. I think these would be fantastic to put out at Christmas time because they almost look like a Christmas mint or like a peppermint. That was probably the word I was going for there. I ended up finding a creamer and sugar set in cobalt blue. I have 2 others of these but don't have the creamers. So now I have to keep my eyes peeled for 2 more of them. I did notice that this one has an internal crack. You cannot feel it. It's on the inside of the glass. Let me see if I can focus on it for you all better. Like right here. Oh, well, maybe I take that back. It is chipped right here. Dang it. But I only spent, it was only like 2 something. So now I think I'm going to have to donate this and find 3 others because I can't sell the creamer with that. So I thought I did well there, but apparently that was damaged. Live and you learn, right? I absolutely loved this I think this is Italian teapot. Freaking fantastic piece. I love that. I thought the design on that was exquisite. And then I found this, I have to be careful with how I lift it up. This is I think this is an EAPG butter dish. I'll have to look up who made it possibly, but I love the design of that. That's so cool. Don't you think? And then along with it, I got this. This is the diamond band pattern. I want to say, I think I just picked up a candy dish with that pattern on it. I love the star. I probably didn't show that to you all very well. There's a star pattern design right there that I think is really, really cool. And I think that definitely helps date it. So those were some fantastic pieces. Oh, I got one other thing in front of me. This painted bowl here probably was a console bowl with candlesticks. Painted on the outside, so it's not really reverse painted. I'm not sure what to call it, but that would be fantastic with fall foliage, or if you just love the color yellow, it's got a black band on it. Steal of a deal. It was only like $2.40. It's like I said throughout this entire video, thrift store pricing at the antique mall, you just can't go wrong. All right, so I also managed to get another one of these. I bought one of these at another antique mall, but it's in blue. This one's in kind of like an ambery color. I've seen them be marketed as a bride's face, but I'm not entirely sure. It was very interesting, and I just thought it was very, very cool. This is awesome. This was made by Ohio Art Company, I think. Yep, there's the marking right there, Ohio Art. And it's got an eagle on it. Probably for the bicentennial, maybe the 1960s. I have no idea. But it's a cool bucket. I'm pretty sure that I looked that up before I bought it, but I'm unsure. So as I was digging through these boxes, I literally just figured out that I did buy, I think, all of the pinups that this guy had. So they were 30% off. This one was, actually, let me back it up so you guys can see it better. Yeah, that's better, right? Now you can see the entire image. It's a smaller calendar, so it would be easy to hang up. I mean, I guess for 1949, showing that much of your back was pretty scandalous. Nowadays, it's, you know how it is. Also, we got this one here from 1948, April of 48. It says, when Polly puts the kettle on, if you'll say pretty please, she'll step into this special gown that she wears just to tease. And this is an Earl Moran. Fantastic piece of pinup. This one, also for the Stack Electric Company, it says, Old Mother Hubbard went to the closet to get her poor daughter a dress. But when she got there, the closet was bare, and so was her daughter, I guess. Hilarious. I like this girl because she's talking on the telephone. Says he's a big director. So as you can see, those were $11 each, but they were 30% off. So I probably spent about, what, $8.80, $8.70 each on those. Pretty fair considering on eBay sometimes these can be a fortune, and not to mention you have to pay shipping. So I thought this was really cool. Mike Todd's Around the World in 80 Days Almanac. The story of the world's most honored show. Now this director, Michael Todd, was married to Elizabeth Taylor. I think they married in 1957, February of 57. In 1958, unfortunately, he died in a plane crash. And, of course, all kinds of other things happened after that. But this was just a really cool book. I've never seen it before. It just kind of goes over everything. Stuff about the movie and just something I've never seen before. It's almost like a publicity piece for that movie itself. It was a smash back in the day, and then they remade it, I think, in the 90s, and Jackie Chan starred in it. I could be wrong about that. Also grabbed Don McNeil's Presents the Breakfast Club 1947 yearbook. Celebrating the 15th consecutive year on the air. So it just goes over just a bunch of things, and the images in here are pretty cool, I think. So that was definitely a good pickup, I think, and that was 50% off. I'm very particular about the cruel kits that I buy because some of them are worth my time to purchase to resell and some of them are not, like anything mostly in this world. This is the Creative Cruel Wheat and Flowers Pillow, number 7312. That definitely screams 1970s, doesn't it? New and sealed, this was 50% off, and I cannot remember how much this sells for, but I always make sure with most things that I buy for eBay that it is worth my time to purchase for eBay. So the other one is the Sunset Needlepoint Trophies and Treasures. New and sealed, of course. Somebody I know is going to have a field day with this when they get it, and it was really, really inexpensive. So like I said, it's just a matter of making sure you do your research on those because some of them are worth money and some of them are not, but it also depends on how much you invest into them. Like I bought a whole bunch of small kits and such from a flea market vendor, and when I totaled up how much I spent with him by the amount of items that I had, I was into them for less than $1 a piece. So to get $10 for a piece is fine with me because of how much I invested into it. So you have to really factor in how much you're paying for something with your cost when it comes to eBay. I do things a little differently with my live sales. You know, sometimes I may pay a couple dollars for something and I can sell it for maybe 6, 8, or 10. You know, it just depends on what I have into it and what I think someone else might be willing to pay. Or like doing research in other booths at other antique malls. Like, you know, I may find something really inexpensive in one booth and then I see that another booth has it for a bit of a higher price. So I kind of you know, I got to come up with a certain way to market it to you all so that way you all get a fair price too, because my live sales are almost like having an antique booth. I want things to sell and I have to price them fairly, but I also have to make sure that what I'm buying is worth my time to either sell to you all or to put in my store. It's just marketing, you know how that is. This is absolutely beautiful. This is a spittoon, and it was a little expensive. This was actually 50% off. It came out weird. So I did pay I think it was $17.50. But this is, I mean, look at how beautiful this is. I mean, it's exquisite. Now, this is a lady's spittoon, and it is marked on the bottom, Royal, I think that says Saxe? Royal Saxe, Germany. I am going to have to clean it, of course, because it is a bit dirty, but once I clean this baby up and I list it, I think I might be able to get some good money for this. I do want to say I looked that up in the store before I research it, like everything I do, because to pay $17 for a spittoon is, it's a lot. But, it's just the luck of the draw, I guess. I loved the color of this orange vase. Took me a minute to get my words together. Loved that, and I know that somebody out there is going to love putting this out in their collection. I have no idea who made it. It could very well be a contemporary piece. It was a very good price at $3.75. I know these were very popular for a little while. These little squeaker dolls, these rubber-faced dolls. I don't know if this one was Edward Mobley. I don't see any name, but I know that she was very popular for a while. So when I saw her for a good price, I picked her up. This was very, very interesting to me. It's a brass crown, and it was originally sold by the Bombay Company for $19. I'm pretty sure that I did research this in the store, and it was probably worth me to pick up. I got 10% off of it, so that was definitely awesome. I did find a really cool iron wall pocket. I know there are people out there who collect these. This one, because it has such a small opening, would be great for the tall matches, or maybe even maybe like a small little like faux or plant, or like an air plant. So I think somebody out there is going to love this. For our industrial sale, I did pick up a few things. I found this Odie soldering paste tin. Very, very cool. Love the graphics on that. There was a lot of glass this time, but when it's so inexpensive and I might be able to make a little bit of money on them, it's like, why not, right? Look how beautiful that is. No maker's mark on it, but definitely a very nice, elegant piece. Look at this with the rose on it. How beautiful is that? Now, there's no maker on it, but it's definitely got some age to it. Beautiful. I also found this, and I don't normally buy Stangle pieces, but the ewer is incredible. It's probably hard to see. Let me back up so you guys can get a better idea of what it looks like. Yeah, it's a tall piece. If you collect Stangle pottery, this is a very mid-century era piece, or, early 60s. So it would fit with both decades of decor. I was really in love with this fish. Look at that. Definitely a piece of mid-century. No maker's mark on it, but look at the price. I paid $2 for this. And it's big. This would probably fit well into, definitely beachy if you like the beach, but if you like the sand and like the rocks and everything, this would be a great piece for that. Like the earth tones, I think was the word I was trying to go for. So this is definitely what I would consider an earth tony fish. Set that down gently. I've had this before, but when I saw it again, I had to pick it up. Ooh, move me back a little bit. This is the Black Flag Insect Spray. That will probably be sold at an industrial sale. Maybe I'll have to talk to Katie and see when we want to do our next industrial sale, because we definitely want to do that at some point. Okay. So I do have some beauty products for you all to see, because you all know I can't go to an antique mall or any kind of consignment mall without finding something beauty related. This is a Collagenesis by Skin Cream de Vive, I'm sure. It's a wrinkle protocol. I can't remember off the top of my head what that sells for, but that was definitely worth buying. We have this Tranquil Moments perfume, which was sold or made by Avon. Like I said, some Avon products, if they are discontinued or the formula changes, if they still make it, they definitely can bring in some good money. We have this Poolside Pop Sheer Body Oil. We might be a little late. Oh, this is from Bath & Body Works. Holy cannoli, I didn't know that until now. Bath & Body Works. I don't know if they still make that or not. Bath & Body Works does not put a year on their stuff, so I couldn't tell you when this was made. But of course, that's definitely worth looking into. I know that we're getting away from pool season if you're in, like where I am on the East Coast, unless you live in like Florida, or if you're in California where it's warm all year. We've also got another one of these, Collagenesis by Skin Age Reset Serum. New and sealed. Like I said, I've done really, really well with that brand of beauty products. It's sold on QVC and HSN, if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty expensive stuff. Also grabbed this Non-Negotiables by Skin. This is Enriched Softening Essence. And new and sealed. And then I bought a much larger bottle. Cheaper than the smaller bottle. Is what it is. Then I grabbed this one. This is some Derm Appeal Thermoenzymatic Microdermabrasion Treatment. This is Royal Elixir Pearls of Youth Fresh Royal Jelly. Perlier. I don't know if I'm saying that right or not. And then this is El Roll Blanc Pact Foundation Cream. These are things I've never seen before, so that's why I had to look them up, and of course, those were worth picking up. I also found this, and when I see something that's different, I like to, research it, see if it's worth my time to list. This is it's written on the bottom. This is Susan Wingett, the artist. This was made by a company called Nequa, and it's the Haunted House Bell Ornament, 459 PTSW. Let me show it to y'all again. Comes with the original card. That's the ornament there. I do not remember off the top of my head what this is worth, but it was worth buying for the price that I paid for it. So, Nequa art. Now, this is really interesting, and I know that they have remade these forever. This is one of those garden houses. I think it was supposed to go like this so you could open up the... Oh, no, maybe not. But you put the candle in here like this. And the roof doesn't stay on all the way, but it's rusty, and I'm not sure if it's old. I'm almost, like I said, a million times throughout this video, and I apologize for that because it's taken me 2 days to get this filmed because there's just so much. I did look that up before I purchased it, so I'm sure that's probably going to be an eBayer, but we will see. So this was really interesting. This is an Elizabeth Arden box. And it is from the Treasures of the Pharaohs. Never seen that before. It is just, you know, I think it was probably for powder or something like that, but that was very, very unique and different. Then I spotted this purple luster basket. I thought this would be a fantastic addition for our addition. Fantastic piece to add in for Halloween. It could be a cauldron. You could put some small flowers in here. Looks like somebody got that at the Goodwill a long time ago. But that's fantastic. The purple luster. This I did buy for myself. I got this out of the same booth that the Christ Santa planter came out of. Now, I think he was supposed to have some hair at one point, but you know what? He's turned to the back, and you don't even notice it. I think he's awesome. I think he was probably a made in Japan piece. But I love him. I also got... I don't know if this is just one of those generic vases, but I loved the cobalt blue, and it was a really good price, so I decided to go ahead and pick that up. That might be like a $5-6 item if somebody likes the cobalt blue. This, I want to say for sure, was Viking. This little swung vase here. I don't remember if I got a discount or anything on that, but I paid $10 for it. It's got that really nice swung opening, stretched opening. So I thought that was really cool and nice. I'm pretty sure maybe I got that for like 20% off. I can't remember off the top of my head. Then I spotted this clock here. And what I liked about it is that it's got different time zones, even for like different parts of the world. Like you got Denver, you got Chicago, New York, Buenos Aires, Rio de Janeiro, Azores, Iceland, Paris, Cairo, Riyadh, Reunion, Bombay, Calcutta, Singapore, Hong Kong, Tokyo, Sydney, Marshall Islands, New Zealand, Midway, Hawaii, Dawson, San Francisco. Just a really cool clock, and this moves. Oh, it did move. Okay, well, I'm not going to toy with that, but these numbers do move. Oh, the outside does. Yeah, see? So that's just made in Hong Kong, so it's probably from the 60s. It's plastic, but it's still a really cool piece to put on a stack of books or just have in your study or library. This is exquisite. Look at this beaded or metal beaded purse. And when you open it up, look, it's a Whiting and Davis eating. Whiting and Davis evening bag. And it is just absolutely stunning. And it's even got a rhinestone handle, clasp that opens it up. The inside's in really good condition. I'm not sure how old it is, but it is a beautiful evening bag, and it was a really good price at only $7. So those were excellent. So I did end up finding another one of these calendar plates. I know that people do like these. There is a little bit of wear to the girl's face there, but you know what? This plate is from 1909, so we're looking at 116 years old. And this was made, this was made by Carnation McNichol. I didn't see that crack there. Maybe I won't be selling that. That's okay, though. It was only a couple dollars. See, I didn't even see that until after I picked it up, so oh well. This I absolutely love. I've picked up a lot of portrait plates, but I've yet to see one that I really, really like. And you guys can probably tell why. Oh, that's just funny. But yeah, this one was made Victoria, Austria. So I think I'll be holding on to her for a little while. I'm going to set this down over here so I don't break it. This I was really, really excited to see, even though it does have a crack in the plastic. That doesn't bother me too much. This is a Bakelite television clock. And the seller on their tag, if I can show it, put, well, that was the tag. They put as is. So I'm just hoping that that means this is the as is part. And because I think an honest dealer would say that it was non-working. So I would hope that this works because this is really, really cool. And then I spotted these Vaseline, I don't know if they're cordial glasses or what they are, but they're frosted. And it was only 3. I'd like to think that they probably bought these in like an auction lot or something, and they either didn't know they had a 4th or they forgot about the 4th. So maybe the antique mall still has the 1 and they'll just charge a small amount for the 1. But I do want to show you all something. So I had to run upstairs to change my batteries in this black light because I thought that the Vaseline wouldn't show up. They are not Vaseline. They're the color of it, but they're definitely not Vaseline. But they do have a glow to them on the rims. I don't even think I had my black light with me at the time when I bought these. But the rims do glow, as you all can see. Still a very cool set to have. I mean, for less than $2 for 3 of these glasses, that's a bargain. So this is really cool. This is an Eversharp store display. Probably went on top of a counter in like a wooden case. It says, by Eversharp, red top lead. As featured on Take It or Leave It, CBS Sunday nights. So I just thought that was really, really cool. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but it was a really interesting, unique piece. So I couldn't leave it because I thought it was cool. And it is glass, by the way. And the final item I would like to share with you all from my trip to the Fayetteville Antique Mall is this fantastic Pall Mall cigarettes store display. Pall Mall's modern design. It filters the smoke, it protects your throat. Yeah, don't think that that's reputable today, but what a fantastic piece. Now, I did pay $72 for this, but where else am I going to find one? And it is made of wood. Pall Mall, famous cigarettes. Wherever particular people congregate. What I found hilarious about this, if you guys can see, so this captain or this naval officer is showing her the different sizes of the cigarettes. And some of the scenarios that I played up in my mind, kind of naughty, but I'm going to share them with you anyway because I think they're funny. So he's showing her these cigarettes, and she's putting on a very intrigued face, but in her mind, she's trying to think of a way to cleverly destroy his male ego. Like, darling, look at the size of the Pall Mall cigarette compared to the other leading brands. Oh, tell me more about how the cigarette in your right hand is bigger than what's in your pants, when in reality, it's smaller than the one in your right hand. Just silly, stupid things that go through my brain. Because look at her face. She's trying so hard to be intrigued with the size of the cigarette. But we all, not that we all are thinking what I was thinking, but it's just funny. It's just a funny thing to think about. But that is just a very cool piece. I would love to have a way to display all of my advertising and things like that. So this was just a very fun piece. So folks, that concludes my giant, epic antique store haul from the Fayetteville Antique Mall. Let me know down below in the comment section what were your favorite items from this haul. Did you like what I picked up? Keep your eyes peeled for some of the items because they should be available in my eBay store, crossing my fingers. Some of them should be. Others I may bring to my sale Saturday, which, by the way, I do want to let you all know now, and I'll put out other things too. I am leaving for Pittsburgh the following Monday. So I'm going to be hustling my bustle to make sure that you all get your invoices and are going to get the stuff out in the mail, because if not, you have to wait until I get back after being gone for 10 days. So I want to make sure you all get your stuff before I leave for Pittsburgh. So thank you all again so very much for tuning in, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone.